So hello and welcome people back to Let's Play the DOGE Island Politics Edition.
I just want to say I love the picture you chose for this one.
It's the one you found and told me to use, so I used it.
Yes. So great.
But yeah, because the noble's cane has broke, he's afraid that he's going to lose his political status. We need to fix it.
Why does a dog need a cane?
It is a symbol of his power and might over the smaller creatures,
It's also a magical
developed.
it's a magical device he uses to animals who normally walk on 2 legs. I'll still walk on 4.
Well, I think it is the source of his power over all of them. You know, giraffes and such.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he doesn't fix it, then it's just you know, like they're going to revolt. And we'll have DOGE Island 2, the Renegade.
DOGE Island.
It's gonna be the dark, gritty sequel to
slash reboot.
Mm-hmm. But now we've
They'll name it the Wolf Island instead.
Yes. But we'll still use the big-headed dogs.
Yes. Now with over 45 species of wolf.
It's 48.
It's still more than 45.
It's not untrue, but why won't you just say 48? So yeah, there is a neat trick they use here in order to render this many dogs, which you can see right now. The dogs are GIFs.
Huh.
And they're perfectly synchronized. So yeah, his magical cane of control over lesser animals.
Jesus Christ, you weren't joking.
When was I ever joking when it came to the DOGE Island?
A lot, actually, but then it turns out some of those jokes are real. And it hurts.
There's still somebody in the Pubsville, and it's the noble. Yeah, let's just do that.
What law is he talking about?
Well, we'll learn tomorrow. Let's not get far ahead of ourselves. I just skipped way past to like the whole getting back to house and such. I'm gonna be skipping a lot because this like not just this recording, but this whole recording session, I did like 5 hours of recording in one go.
Yeah.
Closed off the entrance to the village. No good.
Oh, wow. He really is.
The DOGE Island has actual laws and politics, and you know, since the law was never taken, it just still is in effect. Nobody knew about it. But thankfully, they're taking the more, you know, normal route about it. Like, you know, how people would go about a stupid law like that.
Damn you, noble, tear down this wall!
You just go to the committee, ask for the signs, and then, you know, you take down the law that's stupid.
Noble's kind of an idiot that way, Doge. I'm sure you've realized.
Well, I mean, to be fair, his might didn't come just from following the rules. It's also the cane.
So we need to break it again, obviously.
Then the giraffes will revolt.
Yes.
Hmm.
We'll stop lifting dogs up the higher ledges.
Yes. We can't progress any further.
We'll have to make an allegiance with the alligators.
Not the alligators.
Yeah.
They're dangerous and shit. So yeah, you can see the wall there. It's boarded up. And Dorothy, we've talked to her before, but we didn't have any quest for her just yet. So I was wandering around the village, trying to figure out who the fuck was Dorothy. Noel is such a stiff.
Alright. Now we should also get Sheena's signature to make it really official.
I don't think Noble would accept
A signature written in cow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's showing that he's not stupid. It's just that, you know, he wants to play it by the book.
Well, he's a fucking stickler then, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, he had a reason.
A dumb reason.
But he gave us, in, like, you know, directions to how to get rid of it, so, you know.
Yeah, true.
Wow, you have been our master for such a long time.
Right. So, want to become a stiff master, you should train under Master Tao. You mean Tao? No, Tao. Did you read? T, not a D.
Yes. So yeah, now we've got to go around fetching some certificates. Because you know it wouldn't have been.
Airship?
So it wouldn't have been destroyed by. Well, Boris is basically our airship.
True.
Too bad they don't actually show it in this. They don't actually show it, but he just you know, transforms into a plane.
A doggy copter.
Yes.
It's the hat that gives him the power.
Mm-hmm. Just expands propellers.
Yes.
Or better, he thinks he's a plane and he carries you on his back, but it's just delusions. Because, you know, he has Alzheimer's, we have established that.
Yeah.
You know, still, we don't have to walk.
Right. Free ride is a free ride.
I'm just waiting for this boar to go to sleep. They're quite problematic.
Especially when you're trying to catch bugs.
And just in case you're wondering why I'm showing this place in its entirety, it's because the first time it was with the broken soundtrack. So I may as well show it again.
Yeah.
And
Especially
since we also
there's
have
so many bugs to get.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I'm not gonna be showing me getting every little new thing because there's too much that happens, like, in between.
It'd be like trying to show off every bit of Okami's collection. Just don't.
No. There's too much crap to collect, and it's past a certain point, it's really meaningless. Because while yes, there are bonuses for completing these things, they're not really all that relevant, or like worth the hours of trouble of getting them. I will get them if they're like on my way, but I'm not going to be going out of my way to do them. Like I said, I'm gonna be ignoring some of the quests that I know I can skip, because like most of the quests, they're fine. They're like get from one place to another, but there are a few that are incredibly grindtastic or require you to do something that's really, really annoying, like catch a marlin or catch a beetle that's on a tree.
Yeah.
And we haven't barked on a kiwi around this area. Good. And we found a kiwi.
Puns.
What a coincidence.
Puns.
I don't think it's really a pun when it's just a fruit and a bird that's called exactly the same way.
Pun.
But yeah, what we really need is to go to the desert and talk with the Sphinx.
Why?
Because the Sphinx has certificate. Duh.
Why?
He has been involved in the Sniff Master business since the time more, it's ancient times. It's nobody more experienced at the Sniff Master business than the Sphinx.
Okay, well, that explains it. There we go.
It's one of the snakes.
I mean, is he gonna give us a gun that shoots fruit?
This is a children's game, Stan.
Hey, Piglet, do you have a gun?
Oh, Russian Winnie the Pooh.
Of course I do.
That's... the answer is worse than the question somehow.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to tell whether or not you're charging your bark, especially when your PS2 controller is really, really used up.
Oh yeah.
Because, well, they wanted to make everything look alive, obviously. That's why everything always moves if it is in fact alive, like your main character. And his or hers idle animation still has like a lot of shaking about because it's a dog. So it's very hard to tell the early stages of preparing a bark, and
just your default standing there state, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the magic circle made appeared by a sphinx. And just in case you can't find the gigantic glowing circle in the desert, he will give you a smell.
How do you smell light?
You smell a certificate that's underneath. And
what's
besides,
underneath is sand. Sand is what is underneath.
It's a certificate. See? Certificate. It smells like ambition and accomplishment. And besides, I believe a sniff master could be able to smell what's light smells like.
What it like sounds like.
Yes, he would be able to see what a sound smells like.
Does this mean Alphonse was a sniff master?
Even though he has no nose.
That's impressive.
And now we're gonna get to yet another place with some of the best music in the game. This time actually it is on the it is on the OST, thankfully.
Good.
So hey, remember that vial of mud we have found way back? It's actually for her.
Oh, well. Alright then.
And I like that this game actually has the smart system for having found what they were looking for. It's like, oh, I need this. Oh wait, I already have this, and give them immediately, as opposed to being like, oh, whatever would I do that, and it's going to be like this, and it smells like that, and also you can find that. Oh yeah, you already have it.
Right. I can't tell what his bluffing is supposed to signify.
He's kind of a doofus. You'll see exactly, because we have a number of side quests relating to him that I actually do because they're not a hassle.
He also wears a Santa hat.
Yeah, he wears a Santa hat. Damn it. Well, thankfully, Maria Teresa has got us covered.
I mean, isn't that a little dark?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you just now realized, didn't you?
I mean, first of all, well, I was more thinking she has a furniture business. And yes, she gave us a singular nail. Is that what they were really going for with this?
Yes!
They thought, oh, there is a side quest where you have to deliver nails.
Oh my god, DOGE Island.
Why is this game so dark? I mean, I knew they were referring to, like, Mother Teresa, right?
Yeah.
But... the thing with the nails is kinda...
Whoever wrote this game, I love you. You're amazing.
I wonder if she was the same way in the Japanese version as in this one. I wonder if like that's another thing. I wonder if the Japanese version had all of these weird names. And here is an example of one of the harder fishies.
Yeah.
I actually skipped that one. Just let the fish go, because it was I knew it was one of the ones I already caught.
I imagine in the Japanese version, they just have equivalent Japanese names, like,
I mean,
generic
it
Japanese names.
It also could be like in Tales of the Abyss, where they have all of these Western names, even though it's in the game is very Japanese regardless.
Yeah.
And it's done for the sake of making it sound a lot more foreign than it is, like, you know, fantasy land and whatnot.
Yeah. In that case, they should be using German names.
Like in Hexy's Force.
Yes. If it's German, it's magical and no one knows what it is.
Well, usually if it's German, it has something to do with mechas. or it's magical. But usually it's just mechas.
True. I mean, even Super Robot Wars is guilty of that, with like mechs called like the Weiss Rider and shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the very least, it's a step up from just using English words for names of people and stuff.
Right.
Like linear.
Yes. Mag. Chain. Gray. Pepper.
Oh, evolution worsts. You never expected to get a Western release, did you?
No.
That's kind of what I assume with a lot of these. They don't really have much of a foresight when it comes to what will happen when this gets released to the West. To be fair, Japan never particularly cared for that. It was just kind of like it became popular in Japan. We've made enough money. Maybe we can just bring it over to the West and see if that gets popular there.
Right.
But yeah, this is supposed to be where it is, but this is one of the few occasions where you actually have to use a button prompt instead of sniffing for it and scratching the ground. I don't know why they do that. Because it literally happens twice in the entire game. So it's kind of like, at this point, why?
For that one occasion, someone doesn't feel like digging, I guess.
I mean, you better like digging. It's pretty much all of you do what you do in this game to progress.
I was unaware elephants loved bananas.
I don't think they don't like them.
I mean, I don't doubt that elephants do in fact eat bananas, but you know, like, if you were to associate a food with elephants, like, the first thing that comes to my mind is like peanuts, you know?
Yeah. I mean, earlier it was something like spinach or whatever.
Yeah, true.
So I guess it's just kind of their idea for these things. It's like, oh, what do the elephants eat in this place? And where can I get more? That said, how did that elephant get up to that hole? And whose hole is that? Like, who stashes things there? Did we steal something now? Are we a thief?
We're a JRPG hero, so yes, we are a thief.
But we skipped the whole deal about going to jail.
Yeah. It's the Dog Island. You think they're gonna put us in a doggy jail, man? That's just fucked up.
Exactly. Like, I mean...
Doggy jail's just like a little freaking dog cage.
Yeah, like one of those cages you get for bigger dogs.
Yeah.
And it has squeaky toys that don't actually have the squeaky part.
True torture.
What a slammer. And here we have a sheep. We've seen sheep before, but I don't think I ever barked at one. So I think I'll fix that soon. Yes.
The way that thing bounced reminded me a lot of the sheep in Spyro.
Hmm.
Because of how they would always bounce everywhere and you could get stuff by burning them alive.
That was also a kid's game, right?
Yes. Spyro the Dragon. What? You didn't expect to burn things? Play as a dragon, man.
I mean, to be fair, it is a game about a dragon, so
Yeah.
you'd expect so.
There you go.
Sadly, you don't get the fire breath upgrade in the DOGE Island.
You have to reach the end of the game, and then you have to do a memory card trick, so that way it glitches and carries over into your normal game.
I wish there was like some really dumb cheat codes, like in the style of 2003, that you could use.
Right.
Like, you know, okay, wait. Big head mode would be pointless in this game.
Yeah, because it's kind of already a thing. So it'd be normal head mode instead.
Realistic dog mode. Sorry about the interruption again. But yeah, photorealistic dog mode. Just like Okami.
Yeah. And just like the box art for the US version.
That is true. The box art for the Western releases has just a normal dog, but that's more because that's the brand of the artist's collection, the dog, or whatever artist's collection, the dog is
Yes.
Is the line of toys it's based off of. Though I mean, like, the Japanese cover has the very cute one that you can see on the left with Petasi and the most adorable dog. I think that it gives away the spirit of the DOGE Island in a more cryptic way that, like, you know, you wouldn't think that it's that,
Right.
or rather you would think it's just some cute bullshit. I mean, it is cute bullshit, but it hides away at the dark jokes that the creators or translators just decided to put into the game.
Just for them, I imagine.
Just for the lols. Hehe, I bet some children will play this game and they won't get the reference.
This game made for 8-year-olds will in fact be played by 8-year-olds.
And not some 25-year-old student who collects weird PS2 games.
Yeah. And who is now covering licensed games as part of the series with another dude.
To be honest, I don't think back in 2008 they would think that would be a thing.
No, I don't think anyone thought it'd be a thing.
To be fair, there are some like walkthroughs already from.
Holy crap!
I told you that one before was easy.
Come on, what the fuck?
And you
Is
actually
this
have
the
to
beetle you had the problem with before?
It's exactly like this one, yes.
Oh.
I don't think it is the specific one. But yeah, only appears at night, so this one kind of fits the requirement. And around this area, actually.
Just let us have the fucking beetle.
I mean,
Please.
like the controls on this have a certain degree of delay to them, which I don't like. I mean, it's the same for all the bugs. But in this case, it doesn't matter. Like, there is no way you're gonna have enough of a reaction time to do this right.
Let us have a freaking beetle. It's not even moving, man.
It's like, why does this have to be the hardest? I would imagine cicadas would be harder because they're fast and they fly.
Right.
I would
And they're
imagine
tiny.
dragon. And I mean, well, cicadas are pretty big sometimes, but like, I imagine, well, I don't know, the dragonflies, which are incredibly fast and can fly in every direction they want, like a helicopter, would be harder to catch. No, they're just as easy as butterflies.
Jesus Christ.
Why the Beatles? Yeah, I've got too many things. This menu is very, very confusing.
You let the melon go.
And interestingly enough, it will still be where we left it. Like if we dig around that spot, it will be there. We just didn't pick it up technically. Let's just push this boulder.
Punch the boulder.
Is not Chris.
Should have named ourselves Chris.
Now